Stephen, thank you very much for taking a bit of time out to speak to me. How's the first week of pre-season been?
It's been good, really good. I'm not sure the players will agree with that because it's been tough, but they need a good base of fitness, which we feel we've got into them so far. Boys have responded really, really well to it, worked hard, and we got the balls out Wednesday, and the boys are looking sharp, looking good.
You had the boys on the pitch on Monday when they first came back in, and you were telling them about how important fitness was and you wanting them to be the fittest team in the league or one of the fittest teams in the league. How important is that and setting that out on the first week of pre-season training?
I think it's vitally important. People, we watch top teams in the world and there's a misconception that they're not fit. They're fit players. If you look at Liverpool and how they press and how they go about their business, you can't do that if you're not at the top end of your fitness. So it's free. Fitness for me and attitude are free. So we ready that to the boys and they have to buy into it, and they have done. Credit to them. It's tough and you have to dig in, and they've done that throughout the week. And for the next 2 or 3 weeks it'll be tough, mixed in with games of which are of minimal importance. Obviously we just want to get through them without injuries, get a little bit of sharpness and game time in, and we'll do that as the weeks progress.
Yeah, as those weeks progress as well, I sort of alluded to this at the last question. How important is it to set that stamp so early on in pre-season to carry it through for the rest of the season?
I think it's a long season. It's a different season this year, with a November break. So we've got 17 games and 4 or 5 cup games before that. So we'll be squeezed in. And then we get our break. So it's a big push for the first period of the season. And if you can start building those fitness levels, putting your ideas across in the training pitch, because it's only a short window. You get a 3-week window really pre-season in Scotland to try and put your ideas across, to blend the new boys in with the older boys that were here, and try and hit the ground running.
Yeah, you talked about that sort of when you came in last season about there being a good core of players here. You've managed to add a couple of your own. Still, I'd imagine you want to add another couple, but how have you felt that the new boys have kind of integrated into that squad?
Yeah, they've fitted in really well. I think one of the things we try and recruit is good characters. We do a lot of research and digging on them, and a lot of stuff you can find on my staff look at social media a lot, so they give a lot away. So we believe we've got good characters as well as good footballers, and we believe we've manipulated what was left of the budget, because we've still got 75% of the staff and players that were here last year. So we think we've manipulated it very well to get the amount of signings in the positions that we wanted in. Hopefully another one to come in the coming days.
In terms of what you want from your squad, how do the players that you've brought in fit into that?
I felt the team last year just maybe felt was missing a little bit of energy and pace. Some good players, well organised. We proved towards the end of the season we can be very hard to break down and beat. And I believe we've added to that. I believe we have added players that add the pace and energy to the team that will complement the boys that are already here.
Yeah, there's been a lot of young boys, particularly up training with the first team as well. How important is that to give them that opportunity to see what it takes to be a first team player, but also for you to get a look at them?
I think it's vitally important. That's what the club's built on. What I won't do is throw players in if they're not good enough or not ready for the sake of it. But we've got Murray Campbell training with us. He's 15. He's doesn't turn 16 until the middle of next month, and he's been outstanding. That's just naming one person, and we've got 5 or 6 really young boys with us. And it's whether they go back down to the kids again, or whether they stay within the squad, or they go on loan. I think it's really important that they train with us. That as the first team manager, I get eyes on them in terms of what's coming through, and we don't block their pathway. For me, I've got to decide, is it 2 months they're going to be ready in? Is it going to be 6 months, 12 months, 2 years? And there's a couple of little projects we've got that we feel are technically brilliant, but physically need to go out and loan to get stronger. And we'll manage them all differently, but it's important they're part of it. The players we have, the older pros here are brilliant with them, so they set the standards, and hopefully the new boys come in and there's high standards set already.
Crusaders on Monday, how do you feel your squad is placed ahead of that?
Yeah, we'll break the squad up into 2 45s. It'll be their first sort of taste of football in terms of competitive level. So again, I reiterate, I'm not too bothered about results. I'm more bothered about the minutes, trying to get a little bit of a style of play in. Pre-season when people are tired, playing tired, because we'll work in the morning time as well. We'll work before the Linfield game as well. So, as I say, the result's not the be all and end all. It's more important that we get minutes and legs and get as many people minutes as possible to set us up, because the cup games come way too quickly for me. You get a minimal amount of time, but it is what it is, and it's the same for everybody. So we have to try and use them as pre-season games, but also make sure we're ready to win them.
How happy are you with what you've got at the minute, ahead of that Arbroath game on the 9th?
As a manager, you're never happy. You always want more. As I say, I believe, myself and Martin Foyle and Jim Gillespie have manipulated the budget as best as we can. I think we've got players in on very good money for the ability that we're bringing in. We've got some in quite low money, which I believe are really good bargains, and hopefully they'll stand us in good stead going forward. So we're happy with what we've done. I want another defender in, possibly one more. And we'll see where we are, but we've got a decent squad on paper. It looks good. It's now about getting them into shape, getting them into the fitness levels we want, and getting them as organised as we want.
As a manager, how excited are you to be back on the training pitch and actually doing the stuff you probably prefer doing on a day-to-day and getting ready for that first game again?
Well, rather than speaking to you, James. No, of course, that's what we enjoy. That is the bit that, I speak to loads of managers, and the pitch is what you enjoy. Trying to make people better, trying to improve what was here from last year, trying to integrate the boys that have come, trying to integrate the young kids in, and seeing it all come together on the pitch is what you get paid to do, and certainly the enjoyable bit of football, as opposed to the press side of things and the other bits and pieces that come with it aren't so enjoyable. So we have to enjoy that, but it's certainly, the pitch, I have to give credit to both groundsmen. They've only had a turnaround of 3-4 weeks, and the pitch is looking fantastic. Pitch at the stadium's making progress as well, so we have to give credit, because at this football club the small things matter. The small percentages that everybody does to make it work are very, very important.
Stephen, thank you very much for your time.